Hello there, this is Patricia from Pinky's World. Tonight I'm making, well, I have a load of these to make. They're actually wee gift token cards for Christmas. I just want to be able to give, I have quite a few that I give shopping tokens to, and I want to get prepared. So I have some boys, some girls and some teenagers to do. So this is the boys version. It's just a wee belly band, just really straight and simple. I have used the corrugated embossing folder to get that lovely texture, which I think is really nice. And I have used a couple of stamp sets, Spirited Snowman and Signs of Santa. I have used the wee holly and berries out of the Spirited Snowman. Can you see it? My light is shining on this tonight. This is a terrible night outside, honestly. It is raining, it is windy, it is going crazy out there, so this is the best place to be. In your crafting room, and I hope you're crafting along. I've stamped this in Memento and I've cut it out, coloured it in with my blending pens and just added a belly band, and it opens up. You can see it holds, that's actually bigger than shopping certificate or shopping card, gift card, so you know it'll definitely fit in there, but that's all you need, isn't it? So I have type to and from, so you can personalise it on the inside, rounded off a few corners and just used under the mistletoe papers. If you have scraps, perfect, it will just fit. You only need small pieces. In fact, I'll tell you right now what you need. So make sure you make your belly band nice and loose so that it will slide on and off nice and easily for you. So I'm going to do the girl version just the same, only different colourways. So we'll start with, you're going to need a piece, I'm doing mine in Whisper White, so you need a piece of Whisper White measuring 4 inches by 5 inches, and we're just going to do a bit of scoring on the 5-inch side. Just score at 1 inch and 3 1/4 inches. And that's your scoring done. Quick and simple. And I'm going to use my envelope punch board just to do a wee bit of nice corners. I did do rounded on the inside there. I don't think I'll bother this time. I'm just going to round the outside. And that's all you need, and well, maybe I'll just do this one. We have 3 pieces of DSP, nice on that side, but I wanted the deep colour against the white, so this is also out of under the mistletoe, and you need a piece measuring 2 inches by 3 6/8, 1 5/8 by 3 6/8, and 6/8 by 3 6/8. So that should do you perfectly there. That's the back one. This will be the front one, so I want to round those corners. And that's all the rounding done. So we can put that away. So we'll do our folds. Just give them a good burnish. Isn't it so quick and simple and easy? Really and truly, that is what you want. If you're selling these at craft fairs, or giving them to lots of family members like myself, you want something quick, but you want to look nice too. So the niceness all comes from the decoration. I think it depends on how far you want to go. So just put a wee line of the Tomboy glue just up either side of that wee small edge and press it in place. And just hold it down there. It'll take pretty quick with that glue, and that's what you want. So we'll put our bits and pieces on now. So I'm just using tape runner for this. Nice and quick and no mess. And just line it up so you have the same distance. And the one on the outside here is the one with the rounded edges. So just another wee bit. I need to put my chair and I'm going to fall off it in a minute. I'm squidging that far out. So line it up again I think it's good to look at it from that perspective, just to get your corners nice. And then do your back one. I think the longest part of this is just the stamping, and it's not even long. There's no embossing or anything, though you could if you wanted. So just line that up, and there you have your wee envelope. And we'll do our stamping on the inside first. I have gathered off all the stamps that I need. This is the to and the from, so we'll do to first. I like to stick them on one block and use them on the other. And I'm just going to go with the black again for the inside. So I'm just using a tuxedo black, Memento tuxedo black, simply because I have it out for doing the colouring. So just stamp your to and your from. And that's that done. So now we want to decorate this side, and I have cut a strip. You only need a strip that measures 1 inches by 5 inches. This is far too long. I just had this left over from when I ran a piece of Whisper White through the corrugated embossing folder, so that's what I'm using. So you just simply measure it round, not tightly but neatly, and bring it across, and just allow yourself a wee bit. If you've done your measurements right, yours will look perfect. So you just put a wee bit of glue. Now decide where you want. You're putting a circle on. You want it, do you want that high? Do you want it, decide where you want it before you do your creases. I would like it sort of, yeah, right about there. Would suit me fine. So I'll just put a wee drop of glue on, if it comes out. Come on, glue. No, it comes out too much. That's what I get. So just line them up. Doesn't matter if they're perfectly covered there, because you're going to cover that now with your circle. And with this corrugated thing, when you're going to chop it up, it kind of moves because it's corrugated so bulkily. So be aware of that. You might need to really roll it up and trim it tight. I folded mine in half and put it through the second time because it was way off. You would not believe it. So now we'll do a bit of stamp. We'll let that dry. First we'll punch in a 1.5 inch circle using our real red card, which matches perfectly, and it'll just sit there. And we'll want to punch a 1 3/8 inch circle in the Whisper White, and we're going to do our stamping on that. So get your block and your holly and berries, and again use the Memento because you're going to be colouring in, and it takes the alcohol ink pens much better. We're not stamping that directly onto this, we're just stamping it on here, and then we're going to cut it out. So get your pens. I'm using Old Olive in dark and light, and I'll start with the dark and just do a wee bit. I'll zoom in a wee bit for you. Just put a bit of dark where you think it would be dark. Obviously a wee bit dark under the berries there. And maybe the tips. I'm just going with your light. And smooch it all together. And that just gives you your shading without having to worry too much. Unless you're a real professional colourist and can do this with 40 shades of green and make it look gorgeous. And I know some of you can, like, I'm so jealous. But I wouldn't have the patience to spend that much time on it, to be honest. So I'm going in now with light cherry cobbler. I'm just going to do a circle. I'm leaving a wee bit of white there, just for like a wee bit of light. And that's your colouring in done, and then just quickly cut round it. You can leave a rim of white, or you can cut right into the if you're only getting used to these Stampin' blends and you find the bleed a wee bit on you, simply emboss your images, stamp and then emboss it, and that helps you to keep your colour inside the line. So it's good when you're first starting to colour in with those pens, or any of the alcohol pens. It's a wee trick that helps you till you get used to how much, you know, how moist they are, you know, because it does spread once you hit the paper. The ink does spread. So now we need to put, this will go here, and we want to put a wee dimensional on, but I want to see where I'm going to put my stamping. So I'm going to stamp this in red this time, real red. Whoops. And this one says, do not open till Christmas. So you want to center that in. And that's that done. And then just get your dimensionals. If you have a wee sheet left with bits on it like myself, a wee bit is perfect because there's not that much room on that wee stamp. And just pop it on. And then put some dimensionals on the back. 3 should do the job there. Give it a good balance. And pop that onto your 1.5 inch circle. And then just put 2 where you think that's going to hang, just put 2 down here so that it'll sit on your belly band without sticking to the actual gift card. And just pop that on where you like. And it just covers all those old joints for you, and you're left with a nice wee card. Now, isn't that quick and really effective? You could sell those for a couple of £1 at the craft fair easily. People would be really glad of them. And with the to and from inside, it just helps them to personalise it. Or if you're really fantastic, you personalise it with your stamps there while they're waiting. So that's great. I'm going to do another one of those next week maybe, but more geared towards children or teenagers. So I hope you'll join me again. I hope you enjoyed that. Bye.